New details about a high-speed police chase in West Allis overnight with 2 kids in the car. Police telling 12 News they started chasing a vehicle near 66th and National that they'd recognized from a previous pursuit. That chase came to an end near 24th and National after police deployed stop sticks. Investigators say the driver and the passenger, both 23-year-olds, got out of the vehicle, leaving 2 4-year-olds in the car.
Green light at Miller Parkway, doing about 100. We got positive stick. Anyone with the car?
10-4, and for info, there are 2 very small children inside the car.
Again, this happened at about 1:30 this morning. Police say they also found drugs in the vehicle. The driver and passenger were found a short time later and taken into custody. Charges right now are pending. Another early morning police chase ended in a violent crash in Greenfield. 4 people were taken to the hospital. It happened near 43rd and Loomis just after 3:30 this morning. 12 News' Madison Moore spoke with a neighbor who heard the aftermath.
Hours after a police chase and crash, the damage is still evident here on 43rd and Loomis in Greenfield. You can see car parts scattered about, including a door. There's a tree snapped in half, and We Energies is still here on scene repairing the utility pole police say the 22-year-old driver smashed into.
You got to be doing over 100 here. I'll have to see if I can see tire deflation, otherwise I think I'm going to lose them. Gosh, big crash on Loomis, 4th Street Loomis, big crash into a light pole. Watch out for wires.
Greenfield police say the chase started when the 22-year-old driver refused to pull over for speeding. The crash leading to an explosion neighbor Karen Seabrook said shook her house.
I heard an explosion and heard sirens, and I knew there was a crash and sparks were coming out everywhere. And then the trees over there alongside the building went on fire.
12 News cameras on scene capturing the wreckage.
I can hear people screaming and yelling. We have multiple people ejected. It sounds like people trapped in the car.
As multiple ambulances responded to the mangled SUV, police say all 4 people in the car were taken to the hospital for injuries. Greenfield police say that a gun was found inside the vehicle and that the 22-year-old driver was taken into custody. Charges will be referred to the Milwaukee County DA's office. Reporting in Greenfield, Madison Moore, WISN 12 News.
Another crash on the roads this morning, this one on I-41 in Wauwatosa. Take a look at these images here. You can see a car badly damaged in the northbound lanes. Right now, we don't know if anyone was hurt or what caused this crash. We have reached out to police for more information. Again, this happened on I-41 and near Burleigh and Wauwatosa, right near the Mayfair Collection. So if you see debris or experience any backup in this area, this is likely why. It's 11:05. Now let's get a check on the forecast. Meteorologist Lindsay Slater is tracking a pretty calm Wednesday before things change in our area. Lindsay?
Right. And Jaron, the only thing I'm tracking right now is a little bit of sun. There's a couple of peaks of sunshine going on, but a lot more cloud cover will be kind of encompassing the area as we go throughout the day. But there is enough of some of the gaps in the cloud cover that is letting us have some of this sunshine, which is great. I was hopeful we get a little bit of it. I can see a shadow, so that does show me it's not a Groundhog Day thing. I definitely seeing the fact that the sun is out a little bit in Milwaukee. And look at that beautiful shot there. Coming out of Concordia University, temps near 34. We do have abundant cloud cover around the area, but right now at this view, you do have a little bit of that sunshine and a live look at Elkhart Lake. There you see some of those clouds. That's a live look there at Road America. Temperatures near 33 degrees. The wind chill values in those 20s. So today we tap out at about 42 degrees, on and off peaks of sunshine. We will see more sunshine tomorrow and Friday, but everybody wants to know about this guy. I'm tracking a weekend weather system. Jaron, I'll be talking about where it's trending, if it's more white or wet. I'll have the details coming up.
Lindsay, thank you. Breaking news this morning, legendary award-winning TV writer and producer Norman Lear has died at the age of 101. His family announcing he died last night at his home in Los Angeles. Lear is known for creating classic sitcoms like All in the Family, Sanford and Son, and The Jeffersons. He's also known for tackling controversial topics during the 1970s and 80s like bigotry, abortion, and homosexuality. Lear earned 6 Daytime Emmy Awards. He's also the oldest Emmy nominee and winner. We'll have more on his life and legacy coming up at 11:30. Right now, a Milwaukee police officer's family is preparing to say goodbye. Police say a crash left off-duty officer James Nowak in grave condition. Family members tell 12 News the 30-year-old remains in the intensive care unit at Froedtert Hospital. This video here shows a group of Milwaukee Police District 4 officers supporting each other last night at a growing memorial. Another District 4 police officer, Peter Jerving, was killed in the line of duty in February. Nowak and Jerving were police partners. Nowak's family tells 12 News he was watching the Packers Sunday night, and then this crash between his car and a semi-truck, making a U-turn, happened on his drive home.
I have a vehicle underneath a semi-truck.
He does seem to be pinned between the dash and the door.
Nowak's father-in-law tells 12 News family is finding some comfort in knowing Nowak may go on to save lives as doctors are preparing to donate his organs. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson releasing a statement saying, quote, "My thoughts are with the family, friends, and colleagues of police officer James Nowak. Sunday evening's crash in Oak Creek is a tragedy for the entire city of Milwaukee," end quote. We do have a link to Officer Nowak's GoFundMe on our website right now. 12 News will also post any updates to the story on our website and the app as we learn them. Right now, Milwaukee Public Schools is making a push to hire more substitute teachers ahead of flu season. The district is looking to attract more subs by offering an additional $500 a month of taxable income. So starting in January, subs who work 90% of school days a month will get the extra cash. That breaks down to if there are 20 school days in a month, subs would have to work at least 18 full days.
Substitute teaching is a very flexible position. It's meant for folks to pick up a day here, a day there. But what we're looking for is a little bit more support on a day-to-day basis because we know things happen with families.
The district says right now about 100 to 150 substitute teachers pick up assignments daily. They want to increase that number to about 300. And so to help reach that goal, MPS is holding a job fair for substitute teachers today. It started about 8 minutes ago at the top of the hour. It will continue until 1 o'clock this afternoon at the district office near 53rd and Vliet. A bachelor's degree is required. World-renowned O&H Danish Bakery in Racine is getting ready for the holidays with special seasonal Kringle flavors. 12 News' Mallory Anderson gets an exclusive look at how their newest flavor, Reindeer Tracks, is made.
O&H Bakery in Racine, where they are getting ready for the busy holiday season. You can see hundreds, thousands of Kringles are being made in preparation for Christmas and all the other holidays. I'm here with Eric Olesen. He's the president of O&H Bakery, and we have a special treat today. It is your seasonal Kringle. Can you tell me what that is and how you guys made it?
Yes, this is a Reindeer Tracks Kringle. It starts with a layer of caramel and toffee, and a layer of vanilla cream cheese on top of that. Folded over and baked in our special 18-layer pastry of butter, both top and bottom, and then we have a vanilla cream icing with more chocolate and more toffee bits.
That's amazing. And these seasonal Kringles are something you guys have done for a few years now. What made you want to sort of lean into the holiday season and have something special?
Well, Kringle is a sharing pastry, and we love to explore, right? We love to find, and we love to share. So we've done the exploring. You can find these Kringle at O&H and share them with others, and it's something new and different and exciting.
That's so amazing. And this is really your busy season. There's a lot of people that are giving you calls. They're coming into the store. What is it like to be such a staple in so many homes this time of year?
Very heartwarming, because Christmas is about family and friends and all the things that are most special to us in life. And food is one of those things. So we're happy that we have so many customers that love our products and they share it with others, and we get to keep doing what we love.
And share them worldwide. You don't have to just be in Southeast Wisconsin to get your hands on one of these Kringles.
Yes, we've been mail ordering our products for many, many years, dozens, well, actually over 50 years, and people are calling in from literally all over the world, placing their orders and shipping the Kringle and other products that we make.
So super exciting. So these are Kringles that we actually decorated ourselves. You'll see the whole process coming up later tonight. But for now, I'll send it back to you all. This is Mallory Anderson at O&H Bakery in Racine.
Still to come this morning, Milwaukee residents will need to change how they throw away their Christmas trees this year. The Department of Public Works announcing when and where you can discard your tree.
Hey, Milwaukee, grab your phone and scan this QR code to download our free Very Local app. Watch our newscasts, original series, and so much more. Scan the code and stream like a local. leading the way with important local coverage. You're watching WISN 12 News at 11 a.m.
Well, the Milwaukee Bucks are waking up in Vegas this morning after blowing out the Knicks at Fiserv Forum last night, scoring more than 20 points over New York. Final score was 146-122. Giannis led the way for the Bucks with a team-high 35 points. The Bucks are now just 2 wins away from winning the NBA's first-ever in-season tournament championship.
Tonight was a, huge step. We wanted to get to Vegas, but, when we get to Vegas, we got to take care of business. We got 2 games to win there. Celebrate tonight. I thought we played an outstanding game. Give credit to the Knicks that, they were tough-minded group, well-coached group. But I thought, tonight our team was the better team.
So get this, each Bucks player got $100,000 for last night's win. They're playing the Indiana Pacers in Las Vegas tomorrow. And if the Bucks win that game, they'll play for the tournament championship on Saturday. That's a game that you can see right here on WISN 12. And each player on the title-winning team takes home $500,000. Marquette basketball with a major showdown of their own tonight. The 8th-ranked Golden Eagles are hosting the 12th-ranked Texas Longhorns at Fiserv Forum tonight. This will be the first time Marquette's head coach, Shaka Smart, goes up against his former team. And it's a homecoming of sorts for Texas guard Tyrese Hunter. He graduated from St. Catherine's High School in Racine. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock tonight. New this morning, the Wikipedia Foundation has released its most viewed articles of the year. The nonprofit that hosts the free online encyclopedia says ChatGPT, a free AI chatbot, was the most viewed of 2023. ChatGPT had nearly 50 million views. Next on the list of most viewed articles, deaths in 2023, followed by 2023 Cricket World Cup, and rounding out the top 5, Indian Premier League and the film Oppenheimer.
Did you get a chance to see Oppenheimer this year?
I surely did not.
Oh.
Yeah, I have not. I have not seen Oppenheimer.
It's good.
I've heard some really good things about it.
But you did see Barbie. So
I saw
you did
Barbie.
Okay.
I saw half of the Oppenbarbie or Barbenheimer. That's what it was called. Yeah, Oppenbarber. Yeah, so I saw half of it. So maybe before the end of the year, I'll see Oppenheimer.
It's quite good. It'll blow your socks off.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Is that an Oppenheimer joke?
Well, because...
Okay. All right. 11:16. Let's talk about the weather on this Wednesday morning. You are obviously tracking a lot. Everybody wants to know about the weekend, but we got to enjoy what we have today first.
Right. And even going into tomorrow as well, we do have a little bit of bonus sun right now. Cloudy conditions has definitely been the rule, but there is some bonus sun going on in some spots. So that's actually some really good news. Getting in a little bit of vitamin D because we haven't had a lot of sunshine. But going into Thursday, Friday, we have 50s and sunshine. Yes, I'm watching the weekend. I have the latest details as to what it looks like right now. The trend is very similar to what I saw earlier this morning, so that gives me more confidence as the weather models are getting a little bit more fine-tuned. Our forecast becomes a little bit more fine-tuned. Here's satellite, and you can see we definitely have some broken clouds out there. The clouds aren't as thick as they were earlier this morning. A thick layer of those clouds are likely going to be coming in here over the next probably 5 hours, but you can see right now we do have a little bit of that broken sunshine. Let's take a little look at that, and naturally, because I'm a nerd and I enjoy Christmas, you can see I just zoomed in on this cute little display at the Lake Lawn Resort camera. It is cloudy at Lake Lawn Resort. Temps near 36 degrees. A live look at Oconomowoc. I took the camera out a little bit so we can see some of the sun in the distance. Beauty shot here coming out of Oconomowoc as temps are near 32. And I zoomed in on the holiday tree. Look at those beautiful ornaments there. Oak Creek, Drexel Town Square, 35 degrees right now. So the 12-hour forecast today really just highlights, a little peak of sunshine or two. High today, right around 42 degrees. Overnight tonight, we will have some cloud cover gradually. Overnight, the wind will pick up. The skies will also clear, and temperatures are on their way up. Check this out. Thursday, 55. Friday, 55 degrees, and then we go back down to about 46 as we head into Saturday because, yes, I am tracking the potential of some rain and snow in the forecast. This is what it looks like right now, and I want to preface by saying the area of low pressure has not even formed yet. So we will continue to update this as we go through time. The most likely scenario is the one behind me. This is when the low goes from Colorado, swoops up through areas of Missouri, and then it kind of curves as it goes towards Wisconsin. This would give a heavier snow band stretching from La Crosse to Green Bay. That would put Milwaukee in the line of fire for mainly rain. The second scenario is if the low trends a tiny bit further south, it goes towards Chicago. That would bring us a cold rain and then on the back end, some heavy wet snow. The third scenario and the least likely at this point would be the one that we would get the most snow if that low were to go much further south with that heavy snow band near us. Here's what I'm thinking here. This would likely be a cold rain throughout the day on Saturday. The only chance we have of snow would be as we get cold overnight going into early Sunday morning. This would be the only potential we would get snow based on today's scenario. So this is what I'm thinking still. Saturday to Sunday morning, rain to start. There could be some snow in central Wisconsin. There could be an overnight flip to that wet snow. But as that low continues to track further and further north, it takes us out of that snowy scenario. So we're keeping a close eye on this forecast for you. We will keep you posted as we get more details. We are 15 days away from winter, 19 until Christmas, 26 until New Year's Day, and 40 until MLK Day, guys, going into January. Here's your 7-day forecast. The only reason you're going to notice this on my 7-day, it still shows a chance of rain or snow. We're still 4 days away. We still, yes, could get snow out of this system, but as of today, it is definitely more wet than white.
Lindsay, thank you. Hanukkah starts tomorrow, and a Hanukkah extravaganza is returning to Bayshore Mall for the holiday. After the break, I'm going to talk with the organizers about what you can expect this year.
Get the very latest Weather Watch 12 forecast on our free Very Local app. Download the app right now, anywhere you stream.
We're back now at 11:23. Holiday festivities are in full swing. Tomorrow is the start of Hanukkah, and Lubavitch of Wisconsin is bringing back their annual Hanukkah festival. Two of the organizers of the event are joining me now in studio to talk all about it. We've got Mushka Lane and Mussy Darren. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So tell me about the start of Hanukkah tomorrow and how you guys are celebrating the season.
Okay, so Hanukkah begins tomorrow night after sundown, and we are celebrating by bringing thousands of the Jewish community to Bayshore Mall at the Yard with a great festival and gelt drop.
And this happens every single year. What makes this event something to come back to and that you want to get the community really involved with?
I think it's just a really fun event. It's free, it's open to the public, and it just celebrates with so much joy and love. There's thousands of people, and there's just really, really great energy. We have music, we have food, we have fun activities for the kids. We're having tremendous entertainment this year that we can't wait to share. We're having a Hanukkah drone light show with Hanukkah images in the sky.
Yeah.
And the highlight of the evening is the Gelt Drop. So we bring out the North Shore Fire Department, they come and they extend their ladder and they drop lots of chocolate gelt on all the kids. And we have these glow-in-the-dark parachute, dreidel, and menorahs that come down from the sky, and all the kids just go wild.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. And you're also showing off these menorahs that you guys are going to be giving out. This is free for everybody who comes out tomorrow.
Yes, everyone can take home and light their own menorah.
Hanukkah is a festival celebrating light over darkness and freedom of religion, to be loud and proud Jews, and we encourage everyone to light the menorah all 8 nights of Hanukkah. We are going to be giving out these free menorahs and lighting the menorah there as well. There's going to be some city officials there. Great time, hot food, crafts, activities like Mushka said, and we're just expecting a really, really fun time for everybody.
Are this year's celebrations, are they more sacred or they're sacred every single year, obviously around the holiday, but as you guys, as you celebrate the Hanukkah holiday in the midst of what's going on in the world right now, how do you guys kind of handle and grapple that?
We're just adding light. Every person is adding their light. We're adding light collectively as a community and just celebrating who we are proudly in the streets, like we always do.
Great. And so for folks who want to come out to tomorrow's event at Bayshore, it's not the only thing happening around Southeast Wisconsin to celebrate the Hanukkah holiday this weekend.
Yes, the whole week is going to be full of celebrations. This weekend on Sunday, there is a Hanukkah car menorah parade. It begins at 4:00 p.m. at Chabad of Mequon. It goes throughout the entire city and ends on the east side. It's just another way to show your Jewish pride. You can participate, you can watch it from your home when it passes by, and it's just a wonderful experience. I just want to mention, I can't forget, if you register.
You got to describe what you're wearing.
We are
this
wearing
morning.
our Hanukkah head boppers. They're light up. I didn't want to light them up on camera, but they light up, LED, and everyone who registers in advance gets a free one. They're super fun. We have Hanukkah swag. We're selling beanies and gloves and bracelets, and we have LED robot dancers coming. It's going to be a total vibe, and we can't wait to celebrate together with the community.
Yeah, it's going to be, it sounds like a great celebration. Again, tell me the time for this happening tomorrow, the one at Bayshore.
So we have choo-choo train rides that open at 4:30 p.m. The main event time starts at 5:00 p.m. at Bayshore Mall out in the yard.
And we'll be sure to have all that information on our website, WISN.com. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. The Hanukkah celebration takes place tomorrow at Bayshore Mall's yard. There will be a menorah lighting, music, food, and more. As you just heard, it all starts at 5:00 tomorrow night.
Thank you, Jaron.
11:27 is your time. Guys, we are into the holiday spirit right now. Oak Creek Drexel Town Square does show some sunshine. I'll be highlighting when those 50s are back in the forecast coming up.
And remembering the life and legacy of a legendary producer, Norman Lear. We're going to have a look at his legacy and impact on television.
Watch up front on your schedule. Download the Very Local app. Stream for free on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and your phone. leading the way with important local coverage. You're watching WISN 12 News at 11 a.m.
It's 11:30. Let's get a check on your forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Slater on this Wednesday.
And Jaron, today it's all about the clouds, but we do have some peaks of sunshine going on right now, which is, I think, people are really excited about. It's been a while since we've had some sunshine around there. There's a little bit of it kind of peeking out, but I do want to take the map all the way out here to kind of highlight the fact that we do have some more sunny skies in the forecast soon, so just hang tight. Mequon right now getting the best view, 34 degrees right now there at Concordia University, and also a live look at Oak Creek Drexel Town Square. And I'm zoomed in here so you can see there are shadows, which means we have some sunshine going on, plus a beautiful view there of the holiday tree. Temperature-wise, we are sitting in those mid-30s. Today, we should top out 40s near the lakefront, upper 30s if you are away from the lakefront today. We have a wind that has started northwest, turning southwest. You can see some of the same deal here, 40s near the lakefront with that southwesterly wind. That's going to carry these 40s to 50s as we head into tomorrow and even on Friday. And that's going to set the stage for what could be a pretty messy weekend in store. I'll have all the details on what you need to know. That's coming up.
Lindsay, thank you. Just in, the Milwaukee man accused of driving drunk, running a red light, and killing 3 innocent women will stand trial. Prosecutors charged Everton Stewart with 3 counts of homicide. The victims, Bobby Dyson, Ebony Johnson, and LaShonda Jackson, all died in the crash near Sherman and Flores back on November 3rd. According to the criminal complaint, Stewart had been drinking all day before getting behind the wheel. A judge ruled this morning that there is enough evidence for this case to move forward to trial. Right now, he remains in custody on a $300,000 bond. Norman Lear has died at the age of 101. The TV producer known for his work on the 70s sitcoms All in the Family and The Jeffersons, ABC's Rena Roy looks back at the life of the TV trailblazer.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
From All in the Family to Sanford and Son.
Well, we're moving on now.
And The Jeffersons, Norman Lear was the man behind some of America's most iconic television shows, producing, writing, and directing for decades.
I've had as good a time in this business as anybody has ever had in any business ever in the history of humanity.
Lear was credited with breaking barriers by exploring controversial social issues like race, civil rights, and the Vietnam War on TV sitcoms in the 70s.
When we introduced Americans to the Bunkers and the Jeffersons, people weren't used to TV shows dealing with issues like racism and sexism. But we thought humor was a way into people's hearts.
Particularly with All in the Family's main character, Archie Bunker, who was loved and despised for his crass, blunt dialogue.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Stivic. You are a meathead.
And over the years, Lear's talents also hit the big screen with The Princess Bride, Fried Green Tomatoes, Stand By Me, and Divorce American Style. Norman Milton Lear was born in Connecticut in 1922. He served the country as an Air Force radio operator and gunnery sergeant during World War II, flying 52 combat missions. Lear was also known for his political activism, co-founding the progressive group People for the American Way in 1980, and in the early 2000s, mounting a tour of the Declaration of Independence. At the 2021 Golden Globes, Lear was given the prestigious Carol Burnett Award, honoring his many years of excellence in television.
There is no greater spiritual experience than watching 200 people laugh. It's enhanced my life, every minute of it.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
After months of negotiations, Governor Tony Evers officially signed the Brewers ballpark funding deal. The bill keeps the team in Milwaukee through the year 2050. The roughly $600 million will pay for required maintenance and upgrades at American Family Field. Roughly $360 million over the course of 27 years will come from the state on taxes collected through player salaries, $135 million from Milwaukee and Milwaukee County taxpayers, and $110 million from the Brewers. Right now on the 12 News mobile app, we have a full breakdown of the new surcharges the Brewers are now putting on non-game events. Meanwhile, Governor Tony Evers is rejecting a proposal by some Republican lawmakers that would abolish the Wisconsin Elections Commission and give authority to Wisconsin's Secretary of State.
Would you support that in any scenario? Under no circumstances. Simple as that. We have a system that works.
The fact that some people continue to believe that the system doesn't work, it's just because their side didn't win. Moving into, it's ridiculous, I have to put it that way. Moving it to the Secretary of State and have the Secretary of State essentially be overseen by the legislature, that's a non-starter. We've got a good system, we've got a good leader in that system, and I'm going to veto anything that moves us in a different direction.
Governor Evers is our exclusive guest Sunday on Upfront, the new revelations on the new year ahead and just how close the Brewers deal came to falling apart. It's all new Sunday morning at 9 right here on WISN 12. The Milwaukee County Transit System is proposing a new bus route. Take a look at your screen here. It would take folks from Bayshore and Glendale to the IKEA in Oak Creek. The bus route includes 33 total stops. Just a few of them are shown here along that 18-mile stretch of 27th Street. MCTS says the route would give folks easier access to 31 grocery stores, 4 major medical facilities, 63 K-12 schools, and more than 50,000 jobs. The proposed route is tentatively scheduled to start in 2028. If you live in Milwaukee, you'll no longer be able to throw your cut Christmas trees to the curb after the holiday. Department of Public Works crews are no longer collecting real trees along collection routes. DPW says the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources now classifies these trees as yard waste instead of household decorations. That means Milwaukee residents will have to take their trees to a city drop-off center or make other arrangements. Alderman Bob Bauman is outraged.
Christmas trees were decorations last year and for all the years in the past, so they could be collected as trash and landfilled. We'd love to recycle all these Christmas trees, but there's a cost associated with that, and I'm not sure the city has the resources to do that collection, so we could end up with a colossal litter problem as a result of this DNR decision.
Is that what you see happening?
Absolutely.
The city has 2 drop-off locations. DPW says it will provide the locations of 2 additional sites for residents to drop off those cut Christmas trees. Those temporary sites will be announced at a later time, but we do know that they will be open from January 11th through the 15th. The sounds of the season. Today, 12 News will be outside of the Milwaukee Public Market, helping the Salvation Army raise money for families in need. This is video of Diana Gutierrez and I volunteering last year this afternoon. It's 12 News' Madison Moore and Mallory Anderson. They're going to be out there from 1 until 2. And then later this evening, 12 News anchors Kristen Pierce and Syria Sandlin will be there from 6 until 7. So both of our teams hope to see you out there to support a good cause. Thank you in advance for all of your generosity. Still ahead, Time announcing their Person of the Year, the superstar that made the most impact on the world in 2023, according to the magazine. Plus, a proposal for college athletes to be paid the amount D1 students could get and how this is different from the payments some athletes are already getting.
Finding new ways to save you money. Catch up on Rawson Reports anytime on the Very Local app. Stream for free on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and your phone.
This winter, Camp Randall is getting a facelift. The University of Wisconsin installing a roughly $5 million heating system. A new turf will then be put back on top, looking exactly as it did before. The college says it's being prepped for next season's potential cold playoff games.
With the new college playoff, there's definitely the potential of having home games later in the year. Those late season games can be pretty cold, and the field can become icy and hard and kind of slick.
A university athletics official said removing snow from the field costs about $100,000, and a lot of times the underlayer freezes, making it slippery. The Badgers won't have to worry about the cold for their bowl game. They're going to be playing the LSU Tigers in the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa, Florida on New Year's Day. The NCAA is out with a new proposal that would allow certain schools to pay college athletes for the first time. In a letter to Division I schools, NCAA President Charlie Baker proposed creating a new subdivision that would allow participating programs to offer compensation to athletes. Under the proposal, schools would now be allowed to enter lucrative name, image, and likeness deals with athletes.
This has been a long time coming. There has been a crescendo over the last, say, several years, and certainly over the last decade, where it became something where people were calling everywhere from all corners of the sports world. You've got to give athletes some of the money.
Schools would also be required to invest a minimum of $30,000 per athlete each year into a trust fund for at least half their athletes. That investment would have to adhere to Title IX, meaning equal distribution for men and women. Wisconsin may be home to another world record. A Kakana restaurant attempted to make the world's largest old-fashioned flight. So take a look at this. The flight includes 104 glasses of the classic drink on a 24-long board. The restaurant 313 Dodge and Venture, Wisconsin, teamed up to make this possible. They submitted the flight to the Guinness World Records just days ago. I wonder if they were looking for anybody to
help sample,
help get rid of them.
Wow, look at all of that, and look at all the people waiting.
I know, right? Exactly. People waiting to either see them achieve the record or
a full glass.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lie. That's a lot of old fashions. But no better place than Wisconsin to set a record like that, right?
You know, and that's what we're known for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite part? It's sweet or sour, right?
It's sweet or sour.
What do you like?
I like sweet.
Sweet? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never had one.
Oh, you've never, Lindsay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna have to change that over this holiday season.
I like amarettos.
Okay, all right.
Sours.
Okay, I'm gonna get you an old fashioned too.
No.
11:44. Let's talk about the weather. You do know the weather.
Yes.
You know it better than anybody else. So break it down for us.
Well, you know, as we've been watching this weekend system, it's hard to pinpoint because it hasn't even formed yet. But I have some good ideas as to where it's heading, and I'm telling you right now, it's looking a little bit more wet than white. However, if you were hoping for some snow, there's still time for that whole system to shift again. We're still 4 days away. So I want you to stay tuned to our forecast because each one that we broadcast may have a different scenario as this thing starts to form. So today we're cloudy. Tomorrow we're sunny. We warm up the next few days. I'm going to focus a lot of my attention on that weekend weather system. The next 3 days are super solid. Regardless of whether or not it's white or wet this weekend, it's going to be messy. So either way, it is going to impact you. You can see we do have some clouds that are returning to the area. You see the area right here that doesn't have the clouds look like they're not moving. It's actually snow cover, but we do have some little peaks of sunshine here and there, a little bit in Dane County, a little bit in Rock County, and also Milwaukee, West Bend, Sheboygan getting some sunshine. Holiday Camera is looking beautiful. You see the Deer District there. You have Oak Creek, Drexel Town Square, a live look there at Cathedral Square that highlights some of that sunshine. And then also, I just zoomed in on the cute little snowman there in our Lake Lawn Resort camera in Delavan. So the 12-hour forecast today, we do again have some little tiny peaks of sunshine there, high about 42 degrees with the wind chill value in the mid-30s here throughout much of the day today. Overnight, we still have clouds, so we stay in those mid-30s, but we ditch the clouds pretty early on in the day on Thursday, and we see those temperatures really start to rise. I'm talking 50s for Milwaukee, 48 Waukesha, 46 in Sheboygan. Same deal, Fond du Lac, Burlington, 49, and Kenosha, about 50 degrees. Friday, we go even higher, but that will actually set the stage for something that's very important as we go into the weekend. Friday, we're topping out at 55 degrees.